Okay, one more thing, and then as far as what Robert Saleh's doing here, he had an interesting conundrum. What do you do with Ji'Ayir Brown? Ji'Ayir Brown was really not good last year, and then in the offseason in training camp, in preseason, playing safety, he continued to struggle. He's just bigger and slower than the other safeties that Saleh's brought in. So in this game, he had him playing kind of like, you could say linebacker, or you could call him the slot, the nickel. I mean, instead of ever using a third linebacker, they never use Luke Gifford in this game. They use mostly Upton Stout and sometimes 7 snaps of Ji'Ayir Brown essentially as the linebacker covering in the slot. And I think it's kind of an interesting way to use him because to me, he looks more like a linebacker anyway. And it reminds me of when Robert Saleh moved Eric Reed to linebacker. Eric Reed freaking hated it and didn't buy in. Seems like Ji'Ayir Brown is buying in.
Yeah, man, that's what I mean. This is more to me. This is more about Robert Saleh than it is Ji'Ayir. Really good coaches, great coaches, find a way to use the strengths and talents of the players they have, and they adjust to the players, as opposed to system coaches that if you don't fit the system, if you can't do what I need you to do in this particular role, you don't play. And this is a credit to Robert Saleh. He's looking at Ji'Ayir Brown. He's like, we got a guy. He's got some kind of talent. Let's utilize his strengths to the best that we can. Let's adjust the defense for him instead of trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. So this is a credit to Robert Saleh, and maybe Ji'Ayir will find a role this way.
And I think the idea is you're going to be facing teams that have 2 tight ends. There's a lot of 2 tight end teams now. And what they do is they'll take one of the tight ends and kind of put him in the slot. He's not really a tight end. He's a big slot receiver. And so how do you match up with that guy? Next week, it'll be Trey McBride. They have 2 tight ends. The other guy will be in line. Trey McBride will be moving around in the slot. Do you put Luke Gifford on Trey McBride? Hell fucking no. Do you put 5'8" Upton Stout on Trey McBride? Hell fucking no. What you do is you put someone like Ji'Ayir Brown on him, who's a little bit bigger than Upton Stout and a little bit faster than Luke Gifford. I mean, I'm not saying Ji'Ayir Brown's going to shut him down, but it's clever. It's the right matchup. I like it.
Yeah, I think it's the best use of Ji'Ayir Brown. I don't know if Ji'Ayir Brown is ever going to meet the hype that he had coming off of his rookie season. I don't know if he's ever going to get back to that level, but we've seen players do it, so it's entirely possible. But if he's going to do it, you have to put him in a role that he's built for. And so I think Robert Saleh is doing a great job with that. So we'll see what happens with Brown.
All right, let's hit some super chats. Giovanni Miller says, what's the difference from week to last year to now? From week to last year to now. Also, do you think Purdy will play good? Angel Burrow out 3 months. What's your take? Okay, let's try to figure out what he's talking about. What's the difference from week?
I'm gonna say 17, week 17 to last year, from last year to now. That's what I think he's saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot. The team seems to like playing with each other. Saleh's back.
The vibes, man. It's the vibes.
It's mostly a vibe situation. It's a vibey team all of a sudden. It was last year, I felt like it was more of an Instagram-y team. Like they were just in it for the clout. Now, you got to feel it. You got to be there. I feel like if you've never been to New Orleans, the way to describe it is it's very vibey.
Yeah.
Like it's got culture, it's got food, it's got stuff that doesn't necessarily pop on Instagram. Like Vegas is Instagram-y. Oh, let me take this picture next to this thing that looks like the Eiffel Tower, but it's not. Yeah. And the vibes are kind of like it still feels like Walmart. Everyone walking around.
Right.
Yeah.
So last year the Niners were Vegas. This year they're New Orleans.
They're New Orleans. That's right. That's what I was trying to say. Dazza says drop off between Mac and Brock isn't enough for the start contract difference. Niners should have traded Brock, invested the money and picks into the offensive line, and continue to draft quarterback. Or they could have had both and just not paid Brock yet. And I know it's like you can't upset your quarterback and you can't do business like that. I guess. I don't know. There was no rule that said they had to pay him as soon as possible, but they did.
I think when you look at the accumulation of Brock Purdy and what he's going to be able to do and what they're going to pay him in total and when they have outs for Brock Purdy, it doesn't really bother me. His contract doesn't bother me. I think he's a serviceable quarterback. He's not the highest paid quarterback in the league. That would bother me. He gets paid about what he's worth, I think. So, yes, they could have saved some money, but I don't know. The Brock Purdy contract doesn't upset me, really.
Okay. Michael Mock says San Quinn or your boy.
San Quinn or your boy? Who's your boy?
What song did your boy do?
Your boy is a rapper? I don't even know who that
Yeah,
is. I don't
he's
even
from the
know who that
Bay.
is. I'm too old, brother. I don't know. Is it a new guy? Your boy?
He's
He's a new guy?
he's born 84. William Joseph Crawford, known as his stage name Your Boy. Also, Rich Rocka is an American rapper from Fillmore District, California. Best known for his single "Lockdown" with DJ Drama and Akon. The year prior, he signed
I'm
with the latter's record label
surprised.
Convict Music, having signed with San Quinn's Done Deal Entertainment to release his debut album Rookie of the Year 2005. What was his number one single, though? I don't really.
You know what? I gotta go San Quinn because I never heard. Believe it or not, I feel like an old dude, but I don't know who your boy is.
Yeah, but did San Quinn snitch?
I don't
That's
know
what
about that. I'm not gonna make any allegations.
Prize Picks will give you $50 when you play your first $5 lineup. Win or lose, you'll get $50 for playing. Use promo code COHN, COHN, and download the app now.
Against San Quinn.
Messy Marv seemed to indicate that San Quinn was snitching, and that's what Messy Marv says. If you're ever on the phone with San Quinn, what should you do? What you talk about? Baseball.
You know what? You know what we used to say in the 90s, early 90s?
What?
My name is Bennett, and I ain't in it.
I like that. Did you ever see oh man. What's the dude in the original Kings of Comedy who goes last?
Who you talking about? Bernie Mac?
Bernie Mac. His thing from Def Comedy Jam on snitching, how he'd be the first dude to snitch. Did you ever see that?
Yeah,
It's
I
like
think
a
I
4-minute
remember.
clip on why he's pro snitching is terrific. Gregorius Greg, member for 45 months. Thank you, Gregorius. Jeremy Germ says, pooped my pants yesterday, but Niners won, so I'm happy. That's definitely, what a story. What a story. Michael Mock says, what is your quintessential Bay Area rap anthem?
Quintessential
I got
Bay
5
Area
on it
rap
remix.
To me, it's got to be something. I don't know. Too Short, Blow the
I mean,
Whistle.
Blow the Whistle has been an anthem forever.
It's got Mac
Burn Love
Dre.
has been an anthem forever.
The thing about Mac Dre songs is all the ones that are like popular. Those weren't even
I don't
my
like
songs.
Fizzle Dance, but Feeling Myself is an anthem.
Yeah, I think Tell Me When to Go is probably the anthem, but it's not like the one you listen to all the time. I think Tell Me When
if
to
you had
Go.
to pick an E40 song, I'm much more partial to like anything else.
Dusted and Disgusted. It was
Dusted and Disgusted.
Absolute banger with Tupac.
Sprinkle Me.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, there are. Good question, Michael. Luis Lara says, if we do good all year, are we going to be called pretenders again? I think I just did call you a pretender.
I think they, as of right now, I would expect them to go far into the playoffs but get beat by a better team. But that's right now. Anything can change later on in the season.
People are suggesting Bay Area anthems. Garcia Vegas. Garcia Vegas is a great song. Everybody liked your Vega. Everybody liked your Vega.
I got 5 on it. Bay Area anthem.
Yeah. What about Back to the Hotel?
Players Holiday.
Players Holiday. Who made Back to the Hotel again? It was that
In
white.
Too Deep. In Too Deep from Vallejo. Yeah. One of them passed away, unfortunately, in a motorcycle accident. But yeah, man.
They played it at Orange Theater the other day. I'm like, really? Back to the Hotel? Wow. Or Mac Mall, my opinion.
I don't think Vallejo is. I don't think people realize the amount of talent that comes out of that small. I mean, relatively small city. It's like 150,000 people. I grew up in Benicia and Vallejo, and like the amount of talent that comes out of Vallejo is ridiculous. It's a very, very talented place.
Yeah, been that way for a while. What else we got? Will Fry says Seahawks wrecked the Steelers on the road, holding them to 260 yards. Also, Kupp had 90 yards, and Walker went off. You still think the Seahawks are bad, and Week 1 was an impressive win? I think the Steelers are bad. And
I think going to Seattle and winning there with this team is good. You know, I was undecided about that one, but it was Week 1. I didn't know what to expect. I think the Saints win was a no-brainer. You know,
I mean, the Niners scored 17 points against the Seahawks in Seattle. They scored 17 points against the Seahawks at home last year. The Steelers scored 17 points against Seattle. The Niners defense definitely did a really good job. I still think Cooper Kupp is freaking washed, Will. Absolutely do. I couldn't believe that he had 90 yards. But I mean, they're going to keep throwing to him. And I guess if you don't cover him at all, he'll catch the ball. But all you have to do to stop Cooper Kupp is what you have to do to stop Deebo Samuel. It's called cover him. Put a man on him.
I mean, it took a miracle though to win that game. Like, so it wasn't easy, that's for sure. And it's week one,
True.
but
They have a hell of a defense.
yeah, I thought they were going to split with the Seahawks, probably lose week one and beat them at home at the end of the year. But the fact that they won week one is encouraging for. I think they're going to smack them. I think they're going to go 2-0 against the Seahawks now.
Feelings on Del the Funky Homo Sapien, hieroglyphics.
Good. Yeah. Another one is good. 93 Till. That's another.
That's an anthem for sure. I don't need to hear that song ever again though. I've heard that song probably 1,000 times in my life.
Yeah.
John says, if Niners trade for Hill, would you trust Mac throwing him the deep ball more or Brock?
I don't want Hill. I think we just talked about vibes. I think Hill would ruin the vibes.
I think that's a very mature answer, and I agree. B. White says, I prefer man-to-man for Green and Lenore instead of zone. What do y'all think? Seems likely they get better at attacking. I'm a little nervous about Green in any coverage.
Green got shook in the last game quite a bit. I mean, it's hard, though. I feel like cornerbacks get the most unfair criticism, right? Like, fans expect perfection from cornerbacks or they suck. And that's just not realistic, man. Corner is the hardest position to play, I think, outside of quarterback in the NFL.
All right, it's hour and 15. Ryan, I appreciate you giving me so much time on this on this Monday. Thanks for watching, everyone. Then Kyle has a conference call at 3:30 Pacific. I'm sure 8 new people will be injured, and we'll talk about it. We'll see. I might be streaming later today. I got to discuss with some people. Sup, Grant? Mac next Brady? Resemble him? Thoughts? Yes, that's my next take. Is that Mac Jones is the next greatest quarterback of all time? Yeah.
Real quick, Wednesdays at 5 p.m. we do the 4-man front, but it's only on Patreon. So make sure to go to Patreon and type in 4-man front. You do have to subscribe. It's like $1.49 an episode, $5.99 a month. But that's the only 49ers talk I do. I do it here with Grant on Mondays, and then I do 4-man front. That's the only 49ers talk I do. But we have a great time when it's the 4-man front, all of us together. But it's on Patreon. Type in 4-man front.
I thought it was Patreon this whole time.
It might be. I have no idea.
No, I think Patreon sounds makes more sense because you're paying. That makes sense. Anyway, thanks for once again watching. Got that. And be safe out there in these streets.